Greetings, gentle viewers. Are you prepared for the final trial? Because we sure are, I hope.
I don't speak for yourself. I have no idea what we're gonna do. I probably don't remember any of the controls. That's what normally happens in the trials, isn't it?
That's usually what happens. We figure it out eventually. It's fine.
We're so good at video games. We're the Bittersweet gamers.
Aren't we square?
I'm the Opinionator. Let's rock. This should be really awesome.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule.
Of course you have.
Oh, glorious. It's still interesting seeing Monokuma in the ring.
Yeah.
So listen
I like how he's standing on some exercise equipment.
If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school...
What do you mean solve? I'm just wondering if there's something in the rules that is going to...
Right?
Like, do we have to deal with technicalities or something?
Well,
I mean, we understand it in spirit.
Well, we're also aware that he absolutely doesn't mind cheating.
Right.
Breaking the rules, so...
You guys win! But if you can't, then I win!
Now, we know what happens when you win, but what happens if we win?
Then you all get to live your communal school life! Aren't I so generous?
I mean, isn't that heads I win, tails you lose?
Basically, yeah.
And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding punishment!
A group
Are you
execution.
saying that if you lose, you'll execute yourself?
Yep, sure will.
I bet he'll just blow up his body and count that as an execution.
Maybe. There's a...
I was more than willing to believe that Monokuma would follow his rules, but then the last trial happened and he just threw all that out the window.
It seemed like that was gonna matter, but I was always pretty suspicious of it.
I'm just too trusting.
No, I think at first I believed the same thing too. I think we lasted about half the game before I started to really wonder, like, do we need to be believing the bear on everything?
Because he was giving us a lot of help he didn't have to.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
I mean, that's what she's talking about here. Is he gonna... will he actually follow through with it?
Of course not. Bears never go back on their word.
Loophole. It's totally loophole.
Yeah, it's gonna be a loophole!
Totally loophole!
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
And it's gonna be a really big, insightful one, too!
Probably.
Oh, you're taking this serious, huh? Are you feeling okay?
Is the mastermind only one person?
Oh my god!
Wow! That was a really good question. I mean, we believe we know the answer.
Yeah.
But it would be good to know for sure, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And on top of that, you know, he's probably still thinking that it's Makoto.
Yeah, a lot of them probably are.
Half of them.
At least, yeah.
Like, the camp should be basically... Well, I guess it's really just Makoto and Kyoko that don't seem to buy it.
I don't know, do you count Genocide Jill? Because she probably doesn't buy it either.
Well, it depends. Maybe. We know that Toko is in camp, Makoto's the bad guy.
But she's been in that camp since the beginning.
Heck, I was in that camp until we got more information.
Yeah.
But more information meant that I changed my mind. For some reason, that's how it works.
Yeah.
It's not sticking to your guns when you're wrong. It's like when you find out when things change, then your answer changes.
Don't bother. I already know the answer.
Then why did you bother asking?
You're all the mastermind.
Oh my god, here it comes.
You're all out to get me.
Very good, Yasuhiro. Very good, Yasuhiro. Very good.
With one hand, I build up your expectations, and with that self-same hand, I smash them all.
It's like he's a toddler, you know?
I'm the oldest one here.
I'm right, aren't I? I knew it.
Oh my god!
For goodness sake, is this gonna be a thing in the other games? Like, there's gonna be the moron that we...
Spurious claims we have to
Like, we shouldn't have to deal with this garbage.
You guys have all been working together, haven't you?
No.
I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Okay.
Hey, you stole my line.
What?
You're all out to get me. I'm sure of it.
Maybe because of the picture.
I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to
So we're
present.
just starting with
Evidence
this.
that proves everyone other than me has been
They
working
have!
together.
Yep, they all drew that conclusion.
Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any
Because
sense.
they don't have any memory of it, so it's the photo.
The three of us each have that kind of evidence.
Oh, well, there's only that one thing. Okay, we were wondering...
It's not technically an untrue statement.
We were wondering if the group photo, if everybody got everyone else was in it but me.
Yeah.
He just pulled up some photos that he had. I mean, it has to be this, right?
Yeah.
There is not...
No one else has seen the DVD. No one else knows about any of the other stuff either, except the Monokuma file, which has nothing to do with anything.
It's just, it would be a great way to start the trial by messing everything up, you know?
Which was the whole point.
No, I'm saying for us.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. So did we all see the same photo or not?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That's what I was talking about. I don't know what you were talking about then.
You three. I have evidence too.
What were you talking about?
Like the photo was because they don't have any memory of the photo, they assume that everyone else is against them.
Would they have really missed that Makoto wasn't in the photo if they all saw the same photo?
Probably not. Well, I mean, yeah, no, probably not. But that wouldn't draw them. That wouldn't draw them to lead the belief that everyone else is against them. They just think Makoto is against them.
You know, you might be right about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be one of those two anyway.
What? You too?
Either everybody saw a different photo, or it's the no memory thing. We just won't go off the no memory thing because it's too easy for us to know that everybody's memory is wrong, and we have been like that for the whole freaking game.
Right.
But the characters still haven't figured that out. Even Makoto is like, I don't understand what could have happened.
The evidence you're all referring to is this group photo, right?
Well, yeah.
Makoto's actually just like in the back behind Sakura trying to get seen.
Huh?
Oh!
Mine's different.
Mm-hmm.
With the picture you have, I'm in it.
Okay.
So it really is that they saw a different photo. Well, that makes it easier. Gosh! It seems to me that it would be a better trap for Monokuma
if he just made everyone suspect like one person.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes.
But that can't be right. Because in my picture...
Just seeing Monokuma right there is so weird.
Oh!
See? I'm the only one not...
And you can't see Juko!
Juko is turned around talking to Chihiro.
I like Sakura!
She's surely about to lap them.
Yeah, like for the third time or something.
And is it sad that I'm actually thinking about just staring over at Junko, thinking about like the 3 sizes again? For goodness sake, right? Okay, so
I like how Sayaka's ahead of all the other guys.
Okay, no, hold on. See, here's how this works. If you see Byakuya, even Toko, which is a surprising one, as well as Kiyotaka and Mondo, and Yasuhiro and Kyoko, they've already finished.
Ah, I see.
I can't say any, and Mukuro too. It's just Mukuro's not in the same outfit, but
right.
Of course Mukuro would have finished it. Sakura is doing it like for the 57th time because it's like as long as people are running, I'm gonna run, or something kind of like that, right? And I guess Chihiro and Junko also did it. These are the people who haven't done it yet. That's why. That's why Leon,
a professional athlete.
That's why Leon and Makoto are like, I can't move, I can't run anymore, I can't go. And Hifumi, the fat guy, is in the back like, I'm giving it all I've got, but I can't move either. And Sayaka is either back there to show support, or she totally has the stamina.
Yeah, she's an idol. They're really physical.
So she has to be doing it just to be nice.
I just like that she's outperforming Leon.
Leon's just that much of a loser. As far as we know.
Right.
We spent way too long analyzing this photo. Mukuro over there is like looking away.
Yeah.
Paying no attention.
Celeste's in the back. Of course she's not competing.
I didn't even see Celeste. Poor thing. But yeah, why would she have anything to do with this? I figured as much. In which case...
Hiro, you have a picture too, right? Let's see.
I'm really curious.
Okay, but be careful with it. It's pretty important evidence.
What do you think? I'm just going to fold it up and eat it?
Okay, so you see Mondo's regent or pompadour is
like holding his face up.
Yeah, it's bent in half, and is man, that must be hard on his neck. Okay, Mukuro has eyes closed.
Junko is again back to the picture, talking to Celeste.
I mean, that's not a coincidence.
But there's Genocide Jill right behind Byakuya.
I was starting at the left. Genocide Jill is staring at Master and is obviously in Jill mode. Byakuya is paying attention, even though he's like, why do I need to do any of this? Sakura is always at the center of the photo.
That just makes sense from an artistic standpoint, like making sure that the big thing is in the middle.
You know, that's actually really the case. I was going to say something completely
She's
different.
holding Hifumi's hair spike.
You know, what I was going to say was something that was, like, more flowery, I guess. But Sakura being in the center, it's like she is sort of the heart of the group.
Yeah.
She helped connect them all together. That was the role she played in this game.
You're right. Oh, I'm sad now.
Oh, okay, for a second I was like, Sayaka's eating the donuts, but what about Aoi and the donuts?
She has more donuts.
But Aoi has her own donuts. I don't have too much else to say. Okay, this is fun, though.
Then there's Leon like, eh.
So the secret in these pictures has been revealed.
You know something else about those pictures that's really nice?
What?
And we haven't gotten to see Byakuya's either.
We might not.
You're right. It's nice to see them to remind us that they are a group.
Yeah, that they were friends.
That everyone was here.
Yeah.
And that everyone, like you said, were friends. It's important to remember at the end of the game, to remember everyone, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And to see them
Battle Royale was like that. There was a really nice scene
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Secret or whatever, I don't care. You guys are all in on this together. That's why I'm the only one missing.
Or you're the one who took the picture, you big dum-dum.
But you're in my picture. You're the ones trying to trick me.
So the whole purpose behind these photos was to get us questioning and fighting with each other.
Yes.
The mastermind laid a trap to make us each think everyone else was working against us.
It's kind of a weak trap, isn't it, though? I mean, of course the trial is going to start with everybody being really hostile, but all everybody has to do here is just show their pictures.
Yeah.
And they should be able to work it out real fast.
Yeah, really easy.
Huh? I laid a trap?
Oh, don't talk like
here's
you're
the thing.
innocent.
They're probably thinking the pictures are fake, but they're not fake. They were pictures taken by everyone.
Everybody here has diligently avoided bringing these topics up, even when it came to Hifumi. Hifumi remembering Celeste's name.
Yes.
A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
I mean, it is a trap, but not for the reasons they're going to come out with and say they are.
The proof I need to reveal Monokuma's trap. Each photo has a certain something in common. There's a connection regarding what person isn't shown in the group photos. And that person is...
The ones... I would say the ones who took the photos and not the ones who got the photos, but sure.
Right. I guess you could say that. Forget it. If it's not that, okay.
But it has to be
In
that.
each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just want to keep making things too complicated, but then it's like, no, back off. We're kind of on a roll here anyway, in terms of getting everything right, so...
So, in the picture I got, I'm the only one missing. In the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing.
Isn't it interesting how Monokuma had all these photos without Junko facing the camera?
Isn't that just convenient?
It's like they just happened to meet all the other criteria.
Yeah.
See, because it could have been easy for us to say Monokuma on the last one.
Right.
But you just gotta calm it down.
Yeah. Don't get too far ahead.
Bad Damon.
And in the picture Hiro got, he's the only one missing.
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose
Yes.
I should show you my photo as well.
Please, I'm really curious.
Nice to see these photos and start the trial with a lot of happiness. Maybe regret, not like hope.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But not despair either, right?
Yeah.
No, I want to go back and look!
Yeah!
Us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
I just saw Sakura doing a dragon punching a fish from the swimming pool.
I saw on the right.
And Hifumi, like, flying through the air, about to, like, do the biggest belly bomb. Well, backbuster, really.
Yeah.
What did you see on the other
I
side?
saw Toko in the back with like her hands on her head, like like in her school outfit, not in a swimming suit.
Did you see Junko?
I know,
Okay.
but I'm sure she would have had her back to us.
Oh, of course, of course.
And when we each saw her picture, we just assumed everyone else was the enemy?
Figured it out, huh?
So it wasn't really anything but you just playing around. But that was like your last move, dude.
Maybe.
Yeah, I thought that must be it. But how was that a hint?
A hint that you don't have your memories.
But you know, there might be more to this than just Monokuma trying to confuse us. There's something else that bothers me about everyone's pictures.
You don't remember them.
What is it? What's digging at me?
Can I see everyone's group photo one more time?
A little slower, please.
It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Okay, this has to be him pointing at Junko, because I was thinking that he was going exactly where you said, memories that he was going to talk about. But here,
Sure, no problem.
Maybe he's going that route.
I just would have thought that would have come up later.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'm sure there's something unusual about these group photos. What is it? I need to compare each of them one more time.
Okay. Oh yeah, her face is being splashed by Leon. She's getting
Excellent.
splashed by Leon.
Mukuro is doing something.
Looks like a phone?
That's what I was thinking, yeah. And Yasuhiro is like, oh. What I want to know, though, is where did that fish come from?
I don't even know,
Why was
man.
there an 800-pound golden koi in...
Huh. Wait just 1 minute. Here's something interesting, Damon. Chihiro's in the pool. In order for him to be in the pool, everyone must have already figured out or learned, otherwise he'd be wearing a female swimsuit, which would be obvious that he's a male, or he'd be wearing a male swimsuit, which would be obvious that he's a female. More obvious that he's a male.
I know what you're saying, but Chihiro is pretty small. I don't think...
But look at the female swimsuits. There's no way.
Are we really going to talk about this?
Look, you talked about boobs.
It's true, I did. Okay, what about those classic Japanese high school female swim uniforms?
Isn't that what the girls are wearing?
No, they're wearing more. These are like really high cut and with kind of like the bikini bottom thing. But instead of like the I don't know what you call it, like the trunks sort of bottom.
I don't think I've ever actually seen that in any kind of media. I've always seen...
No, it's this.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about now.
Alternately, we could continue discussing this. I even backed off and haven't talked about Chihiro's boobs. I mean, Junko's boobs.
Technically, I was.
God help us all.
We're just moving on.
Hina's picture. Yasuhiro's picture. And my picture. I love the salute that Kiyotaka does, too.
Yeah.
That's really cool. There's something strange about all of them. Something I can't quite pin down. Something that the commentators have already talked about a lot. Okay, and so he's just going to leave it at that, but now we'll be able to use this in the future.
Yeah.
There's something else. Okay.
Can you just forget about the photo already?
So we are moving on to talk about memories.
Okay.
Trying to trick me with such an obviously fake photo? I'm still pissed about that.
Good job, buddy. You started out...
Photography is bullcrap.
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
And now it's time to deal with this. Finally!
Right?
So you think they're fake? No. I assure you, they're quite real.
What are you talking about? There's no way.
It's pretty amazing how much everybody here has tried to avoid this discussion, right?
Yeah, I don't remember ever taking a picture like that.
Bing, bing, bing.
So it's gotta be a fake. I'm sure of it.
But you know, Can we really be so sure?
That's my line.
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking this picture either.
But we have another piece of evidence that really helps with this whole thing. Right here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to come up for that. but-
Right.
Is that really enough to be absolutely positive they're fake?
Other pictures Makoto has seen. Hifumi remembering Celeste's name.
What do you mean?
The reason I don't remember this picture isn't necessarily because it's fake. There might be some other reason we've been avoiding considering. Some terrible reason. An unbelievable, completely unpredictable, nobody could have ever seen it coming, and no player would ever have been thinking about this at any point in the game until now, and entirely horrifying reason.
Did you enjoy that?
Very much, yes. Amnesia? Yes, okay.
Amnesia. So A. M.
Excellent. Yep, there's an M. Poo poo poo! E. Dude! You don't know how to spell amnesia?
I forgot. I.
Poo 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 poo!
And then A.
Poo 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 poo!
Now I understand. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Okay, this is creepy, right?
Uh-huh.
This is going too well. We're too on top of things.
Don't rock the boat.
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense.
See, he understands.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, it's more complicated than that. We don't know how or why it happened.
Right.
But that's it.
As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
The gold is bullcrap.
Good job, Yasuhiro. Good job.
Yeah. We all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
We've got proof.
It's only natural that they wouldn't believe it. But no matter how much they refuse, if that's the absolute truth, they have no choice.
Luckily, we can prove it.
We can't move forward until they accept it. Okay, what's it gonna be? I don't think it's gonna be the interview DVD that proves it.
No. It's going to be the,
Well, maybe it is. Photo
Oh.
of Kyoko and Headmaster.
I thought maybe it was going to be like Yasuhiro's notebook.
You're saying we
Oh,
all
God,
have
yeah.
spontaneous
So we don't have that?
amnesia?
Nope.
Since when did
Okay.
this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
Huh.
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory.
Guys,
Since I got to this school,
even me.
I remember everything that's happened.
Ever since you got to the school.
idea that we all lost our memories.
It's totally stupid.
Huh.
Obviously.
And that's all we get, huh? Even if we don't want to believe it, if it's the truth, we don't have a choice. Otherwise, we'll all die in here.
You're saying
Okay, so it's not going to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile.
Right, that has nothing to do with it. I mean, the interview DVD seems to be the case. Because
Then I guess, yeah, that would have to be it then.
I just was really thinking that wouldn't come up yet either. I'm trying to slow my roll so much.
when did this turn
That we're
into
going
some kind of
backwards.
Sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you,
Let's give it a
I
shot.
haven't lost my memory.
Yeah, because this is specifically
Ever since I
refuting
got
what
to
she's
this
saying.
school, I remember everything that's
Because
happened.
she won't remember.
Okay, yeah.
No,
The photo wouldn't prove that she didn't remember.
It would prove
Yeah.
that somebody else did, but this
Yeah.
this proves that because she's
those
directly in it.
photos aren't
Oh,
the
I
only
mean,
things
Yeah.
that point to the possibility of memory loss.
we're not getting ahead of ourselves.
No, we're not.
What's wrong?
It's the final one, so we're on our game so far. Let's not jinx ourselves, okay?
I'm suspicious of this. Something must be going on with us.
This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
Dang!
I'd be okay with that smelly Makoto.
Monokuma's even trying to trap us, huh?
Oh god.
No, it's nothing like that.
We're not gonna talk about smelly Makoto.
It's a video of all of us. being interviewed by the Hopes Peak Academy headmaster.
Oh, speaking of which,
I can't prove it because the DVD player spontaneously stopped working, but
that's
take
what
my
I was
word for it.
That's what I was going to say. There's no way for any of us to watch this DVD right now.
Toko could corroborate it.
That's true. That's true.
When you say all of us, you mean...
I mean all of us, including you.
Well, we didn't go all the way through.
Well,
You lied!
yeah, he didn't.
I never did any kind of interview.
It didn't show us all the people he saw.
Right, but we don't know how many other people there were.
Yeah.
But he couldn't have seen Junko, because if
Correct.
he would have seen Junko, the jig would have been up. That's why
Yep.
Monokuma showed up.
Yeah,
No, it's not a lie. Just watch the DVD and you'll see for yourself.
but she doesn't know that the DVD worker doesn't play. That's right.
The headmaster did, in fact, interview you.
We can't prove it, you'll just have to take our word for it, but it is true, so...
I suspect a bullet time battle is coming up.
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not I remember.
It kind of is.
You expect me to believe all this?
Yeah,
That I lost my memory somehow?
that's why I was thinking it wouldn't be the DVD. Like, how are we gonna prove it?
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so
Huh.
we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
Well, that's convenient for our case. I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia
At
here.
least our special defense will rise by 2 stages.
Now, Yasuhiro, you know amnesia isn't a life form, right? Unless it's the name of your hair.
To be honest, I have something else on my mind right now.
Something else?
Yes?
Well, he's trying to remember other Pokemon moves, so he can do something really witty by throwing Pokemon stuff back in Yasuhiro's face.
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed by the headmaster, right? What were the interviews about?
Well, yeah.
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time, and asked us the same question. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives in this school.
I guess we're about to go on to talk about the headmaster then.
Yeah.
What kind of question is that?
Well, look at what's going on right now. It makes a little
That
more
was
sense.
the beginning of
doesn't
the
it?
premise. Like, that was the beginning of beginning
yeah.
of the game. Like, you all are now to live here as a quiet communal high school life and murder each other.
And how did we answer?
To a man, everyone said
We'd
yes.
say no, obviously.
Well, everyone we saw.
We all said we could. Even me.
There's other really important stuff that they had memories of then, but we don't know now.
I
Right.
heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this school.
Why? Why would you say yes to something like that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know.
Excellent! Good job, Billy!
Yes.
The same goes for everyone else. Nobody remembers. You don't remember choosing to live here forever, or even talking to the headmaster about it at all.
It doesn't matter if I remember or not.
Yes, it does.
Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea that I would want to live here forever?
It's just like Makoto said. Nobody knows what was going on.
Yeah.
That's just insane. How can I believe that?
Well, we're here, aren't we?
Yeah.
This has happened, hasn't it?
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it. Am I right?
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
It's so hard to know what they're going to try and, like, argue and refute on.
What do you mean?
Like, I keep expecting us to have to prove some of these things, but then the cooler heads are like, no, we have to accept it. Let's move on.
Probably because there's no point in beating this one to death. Like, the player should know it at this point. We'll save the arguing for the other stuff.
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
So, can we just start asking you questions and you'll, like, answer them?
This is all
Maybe?
making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss.
Not that I would know.
You stole those specific memories from us, didn't you?
All their time at the school, before they woke up.
Yep.
That's it. That's the only thing that's gone.
Yeah.
Everybody has all their other memories.
They remember everything up till that point.
As far as we know, yeah.
Oopsie. You figured that part out too, huh?
Well, it's pretty easy to tell that you didn't steal our memories of before coming here because we remember coming here.
And who we are, so...
Except
Of
Kyoko.
course. There's no way we would all just happen to get amnesia at the same time.
How could someone just steal our memories?
Huh.
Well, what do you mean?
Stole Toko's memories, but I wonder if Genocide Jill... Wait, you already said that.
Well, I mean, when we were going over the truth bullets before we started...
Yeah, I forgot
No,
about
we
that.
talked about this when we got this truth bullet. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
That Genocide Jack did not have her memories
Yeah.
taken, but Toko did.
Right.
But it's just that Genocide Jill is just so crazy and doesn't care about anything, so why
Right.
would any of that matter?
How?
Also, probably doesn't know that everybody else doesn't remember anything because she's not around very much.
That's true.
It might be like, why do we need to talk about this?
Yeah.
Everybody knows it, right? Because she doesn't know anybody's memory's been taken.
Come. That hardly matters right now.
No, it matters a lot. This is one of the reasons
I bet
that
it's that machine that he called an air purifier.
Maybe. I mean, this is the main reason that we thought, or that I thought anyway, that it was a computer simulation for so
Right.
long, because that would make it easier to understand how memories could be taken.
Mm-hmm.
If I said it was hypnotism, will you believe me? Or we opened up your skulls and messed with your brain?
I believe there would be evidence of that, sir.
Not that we would be able to find it, but...
Would you really believe anything I said? How it happened doesn't matter right now.
He's making a certain point of sense.
No, this is true, but I want to know because I want to know.
Yeah, me too.
But it doesn't change the fact of anything, and it just means that we don't get new information that we can extrapolate more stuff on and spend 10 minutes discussing the implications and ramifications of.
Right.
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. That's what you're trying to say, right?
I knew I could count on you.
The interview with the headmaster, taking that group photo, those can't be the only memories we lost. There must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away our memories.
Yeah!
To pit them against each other.
Of course there was a purpose. It all has to do with the original motive.
You think they'd buy into this killing game if they're such close friends?
Yeah, of course they would.
Yeah.
Because if they actually did already have bonds between each other,
Right.
then at the very least, even if it didn't make it impossible, it would make it much more difficult.
Yeah.
Except for the two members of the Ultimate Despair that were there, obviously. I mean, I would believe basically anything of Mukuro.
Yeah.
Well, just like I said in the beginning, what we need to do is build up bonds.
Yep.
The original motive.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all kill each other?
That has something to do with the memories you stole from us?
Yes.
It sure does. But that part's still a secret.
Maybe this is what Monokuma considers the other mysteries of the school.
Well, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
I don't think we need to follow anything you frickin' say, you psychopath.
That's true. Anything Monokuma says is just going to be, like, misleading
Obfuscating,
us.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. And we don't have very much about the murder. Very little. So this is something we can deal with in a few goes, but it leads into the next part.
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything else.
So until we do that, well, either way, we have to explain every last remaining mystery, so the one who killed Mukuro, the true mastermind, that's what we need to expose. And we're just gonna dive right into this.
Yep.
E-handbook, control room, profile.
Well, let's see what they say first.
It's
yeah.
probably profile, though.
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything.
Wee.
Dang
That
it!
much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, Is the mastermind really here in the school?
Yes.
We know that for a fact.
They have to be here somewhere.
You know where they were.
Sure.
The Monokuma control room.
What does make me so
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind
Because he
is
revealed
here.
he was hiding in the hatch.
The
Yeah.
mastermind is probably
This is
a million
the-
miles away.
But we should go through all the way.
Yeah.
These masterminds always lurk off in the back.
Well, you're not wrong, but Makoto and Aoi actually ran into her.
Yeah.
So, the mastermind, the one controlling Monokuma. It's like an Ace Attorney. Generally, if you just press every statement and go all the way through the whole testimony, like in the first 2 games, it wasn't as egregious, but
Right.
after that, basically, like the characters look at each other
Wink, wink,
and
nudge, nudge.
they're like, the answer is this. Where is the mastermind? The answer is this.
So who
Of course, they have to be here somewhere.
Pew!
No, it was Toko's statement.
Oh yeah.
You jinxed us, just like I said you would.
No, I mean you're right. You're right.
You're just making stuff up. The mastermind is probably a
Pew
million miles
pow!
You almost ran out of freeze power there.
Freeze power.
Whatever it's called. Focus, that thing.
There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
We ran into her.
Yeah.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
Yeah, I just shot it at you. Weren't you paying attention?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma.
Now I'd make my usual quip about not talking to each other, but when would he have had the chance?
Yeah,
If
we didn't really have time.
And everyone was stomping around with the rah, 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 so
Right,
there was
he
never
tried.
There was never a chance to.
The mastermind must have been using that to control it all this time.
And we know that's what it was for, because Aoi grabbed it and tried to accost me for donuts.
So there can't be any doubt. The mastermind has been inside the school all along.
And when we left, the door was locked, it immediately became restricted in the regs, and Monokuma popped up and said, you can't go in there, and if you could have gotten into that hatch, you would have found me.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not ambiguous.
At all.
There can't be any doubt. In which case, there also can be no doubt
Right.
that the mastermind is one of us.
Yep.
Well,
Well, Monokuma did say that only students have stepped into the school.
yes. Maybe not one of us
Right.
specifically. It depends on what you count the Monokuma robot as.
Yeah.
But us, as a member of this class
Yeah.
78, well, yes.
What? Why?
I mean, it can't be one of us because he's being controlled right now.
Yeah. I mean, there's a 100% chance of this.
There's no kind of
Recall
mono
what Toko
remote.
told us Monokuma said to him earlier.
No! No! I refuse!
It's okay. Polarizing, yes. Oh, no, it's this. It's a
Oh,
different
okay.
line.
This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students,
It's a polarizing approach, I know.
and the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I do like how everyone is suddenly just accepting Makoto's assertions without challenging them. They
What,
did in
at
the
this point?
They did in the past.
That's true.
But no, I like it because it's moving it along faster. It's like keeping the thrust of the conflict at the parts that need it.
Yeah.
So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can only be that 16th student.
How'd they manage to survive all of this?
By not being involved from the beginning.
That's all it is, isn't it?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well,
Yasuhiro.
it's not me.
No, guys,
Guys!
you're taking the wrong thing away from this.
Monokuma is right there. It can't be any of us here. We all know that.
I just said there was a control room.
I blame Makoto.
Of course you do.
What? Why me?
Because you're the person that everybody votes for when you get a game over, ostensibly.
Guys, it's super weird how you're the only one who survived being executed.
You all saw Alter Ego. I almost said Chihiro. You all saw Alter Ego intervene.
To be fair, this is a point. This is a good point. Except for the fact that the control room!
Oh, I I get it. The only way he could have survived is if he was actually the mastermind himself.
And I suppose
right?
he could have just projected an image of alter ego if he was in fact the mastermind to save himself, you know?
Yeah,
Like
sure,
make it,
why not?
Yeah.
Aw, nuts!
Oh! Screw you!
That's how you know that it's not true.
Even though we're both talking independently.
Wait! What are you trying to say?
Oh, haven't seen that face.
Everyone, calm down. There's no reason to panic. The Mastermind's true identity will become clear soon enough. Just as soon as we find out who killed Mukuro.
I guess if you look at it that way, it would work that way, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That way, that way, that way.
That way, yeah.
Me am taught good.
Rather than wasting time bickering, we should put our minds to work solving this mystery.
I'm glad Byakuya was like, I'm not getting involved in this. This is stupid.
Finally!
Yeah, well, how much time have we already spent talking about the murder?
We don't need to go over the old stuff.
No, that's why we don't have the truth bullets of him anymore.
He's right. What more is there to talk about?
Well, the faked part, I guess.
Yeah.
But we just need to worry about the cause of death, primarily.
If you want something to talk about, I think there might be one thing. We haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Yep,
What did I just say?
Huh? But I thought we figured that out. She died when she got hit in the back of the head.
Well...
No, that isn't actually what killed her. It was something entirely different.
And since Kyoko wasn't around to ever examine the body...
Right.
Wouldn't you agree, Makoto?
Mukuro's actual cause
The
of
other
death
wounds.
must have been the other wounds.
Right?
All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Man, if only we could remember someone who was killed through various multiple stab wounds.
To be fair, that was a long time ago.
4 or 5 days?
No, it was
days,
a few,
actually.
It was like 2 or 3 weeks, I guess. Maybe not quite that long.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. Hasn't each chapter been about 3 or 4 days? So I guess you're about right.
Yeah.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Well, I guess it also took a while before she did finally die. And why me was what she said. Anyway.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right?
And we read that in no way did it say what the lethal blow was.
And we can prove it, too, with Mukuro's profile.
Yeah.
The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old.
It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago.
Well, you can still injure a dead body.
So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
Ha ha!
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true,
The morgue.
then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
Yeah, we might need to use them
To prove how they were able to store it.
Like to prove the existence of the morgue just for that point. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
But we'll start with that one.
Yeah.
Huh? How do you know that?
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right?
Uh,
So that means, you know.
I suppose since it didn't specify what kind of wounds.
Yeah, it's real plausible.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything.
Byakuya, put a leash on her.
I'm
not getting involved in this.
She's such a masochist.
Come on. I mean, you think I'm...
Good God! All you would have to do to make her become your slave is just to walk over and start just
punching her.
Yeah, berate her, punch her, and then demand that she does everything that you say.
I'm not weird, okay? At least what I have to say before you deny me.
But if you don't want to, that's okay too. If you're so sure we're gonna deny you, why bother saying it in the first place? Okay, so we're gonna have to use Mukuro's profile here.
Yeah, because it said she wasn't covered, didn't have any injuries. How convenient that it puts it in the middle.
Mukuro Mukuro was the ultimate soldier.
Now, just to make sure that we're right, did not have a single scar wound when she came to Hope's Peak Academy.
Yep.
Right, this is the one we're looking
Yeah.
for.
She must have been in a...
That's why she's the ultimate soldier, because she didn't get all beat up.
Think about it. Obviously, she got all of those
There it
wounds.
So that's the one, yeah.
Are you finished?
You didn't deny me this time, Z-Wimsy. You made me go all cutesy.
Don't worry, there wasn't anything cute about
That was Aoi.
Yeah.
It certainly wasn't Byakuya. I'm way cuter.
Obviously, she...
Bow! Piece of cake.
Ooh, a piece of cake? Now I'm hungry.
Well, this is so easy, it's simple to get
Mukuro
distracted.
didn't suffer
That's
those
fair.
wounds in battle. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir,
Like you said, that it's because she's the ultimate soldier that she didn't get wounded.
Yeah.
when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
Don't be denied so completely. Actually, it's kind of refreshing.
You're only saying that because the way I deny you is hostile and aggressive. Carry on.
Doesn't Toko get shot down in every trial though?
Yeah, basically.
Maybe it's because of all of Master's training.
I accept no responsibility for this.
Oh, so she's actually only just recently learned to enjoy the masochism? Or like the mental masochism.
Yeah,
Not the physical masochism, which is obviously Junko's boobs.
Don't look at me.
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
What do you want us to say?
I mean, yes.
We've been coming to all these conclusions over the last few episodes.
There's your boobs, Damon.
And speaking of Junko's boobs, and those are some awfully color-coded.
Yeah.
Well, I guess purple is
blood,
is
yeah.
the blood, but I mean, just in case you didn't understand what several wounds all over the body meant.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
Yes.
Basically, I mean, not like a billion years.
No.
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
Keep in mind that it got blown up by a bomb.
That too.
And
that
had
too.
other physical characteristics, some of which we discussed, some of which we didn't.
Right.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night?
Oh, I was gonna say, to which are you referring? That could be anything.
You said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant.
No, this wasn't last night. Either that or this has been like the longest 24 hours.
Yeah, I think it's been the longest 24 hours, actually.
Because Makoto slept in the garbage pit. Well, anyway.
I guess you're right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her.
That's correct.
So who was it that attacked you?
Junko.
Mm-hmm. The identity of the one who attacked me.
The mastermind.
I can't think of anybody else. It has to have been the mastermind.
The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same mask, I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked me.
Man, Junko's really good at hiding her boobs.
You're right. Come, Billy. Let us spend more time discussing Junko's boobs.
I can get behind that notion.
Oh, now? All the other times you're like, get that out of here.
But I was wrong.
Come, let's discuss it.
It wasn't her at all. It was the mastermind.
So that does mean that it was Junko that attacked Makoto in the secret room.
Clubbed him over the head.
Right. Now, what was in there?
documents that we don't know what the documents were.
I'm really curious about that. Why is it that Junko needed to go in and whop him? Nah.
And why didn't she take them after
Kyoko was there? Yeah, isn't that weird?
Well, unless she didn't know Kyoko went in there. Because we've already established that Monokuma can't see everything because she has to leave the camera room to control Monokuma.
Well, we don't need to really spend time talking about that because it kind of doesn't matter now. But I would like to find out what it was that they found. Isn't it basically just the existence of the 16th student that Kyoko said was quote unquote all that was important? Something like that?
Basically, yeah.
But there must have been more or Junko wouldn't have taken it.
What are you laughing at?
What doesn't he laugh at?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting a little impatient.
Oh, yeah?
Listening. I think I'm gonna jump in. Let's start off with a nice, easy question.
Who else can it be? By your own words.
Yeah!
That's the only person it could be.
Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption.
Technically, we haven't proven it yet.
You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask.
We know,
but it's not. Oh my God! Really? This is the weak sauce you're bringing to bear?
We know. There's two people it couldn't be because they were in the room. And again, Yasuhito's hair, but they've dealt with that before, so I'll have to let that one go.
It can only be either Kyoko or the headmaster because they're the only ones who can access any room.
Right. I mean, we can deal with this however we want. This is weak sauce, like you said.
The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what I think.
Uh-huh.
But Mukuro is already dead.
Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise?
Well, if you're willing to accept evidence, maybe.
No, there's no way Mukuro is the one that attacked me. Even if I didn't see their face. If you compare what we know about Mukuro to the masked attacker, i.e. the left hand, the left hand, the left hand.
Ah!
The left hand.
I see.
Or was it the right hand?
Yeah, I think the profile said she was left-handed.
No, I'm talking about the Fenrir tattoo.
You're right! No, she was laying down, so it would have been her right hand.
Yeah.
The hand we're seeing.
Okay, so we can't see that at this point.
But the hand we saw from her corpse was her right hand. And you can see her right hand right here. So no tattoo.
Left, right, they're all the same. That's the point that I was making.
Yes.
Very good, carry on.
As you were.
It should be obvious. I know the difference between left and right. I have a hard time tying my shoes in the morning. So, no, I don't. But, I'm 6.
It's keeping him tied that's my problem. Probably the profile.
Yeah, let's take a look real fast.
Oh.
Not the profile.
Well, it doesn't mention the... Okay.
Dang, what was the other one?
The Monokuma file.
No, and then the other one?
Was Mukuro's fatal injury. That has nothing to... Yeah. Then it must be... Does the file mention her tattoo? Oh.
So
No.
you can't have any idea who was under that
We'll just let it go through. We'll probably have to remember
I'm telling
something.
you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba.
You're wrong. Even without seeing their face, there is another part of the attacker we can use to prove it wasn't her.
Oh? And what is this other part? Is it the right hand?
Yes.
Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot.
This is cute.
Or perhaps the left foot.
You do the hokey pokey.
Maybe the hips.
Well, I have been focusing on those, but whoever attacked me, they didn't have something Mukuro definitely had. That should be proof enough that the one who attacked me wasn't Mukuro.
You never saw their face, so you can't have it. I'm telling you now.
Right here.
It was Mukuro Ikusaba.
Is it? What
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
No,
The only other parts were the parts you had to remember. Plus, that's the lie. That's the... Yeah.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. but I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, okay. You got me. I guess it wasn't her. But that still doesn't prove that it was me.
Are you going to accuse Kyoko now?
So, where'd you get the quote unquote, where'd you get the so-called picture?
Which picture?
He's just claiming that he saw the right hand. Shh. I mean, he's right, again, but it can't be proven.
It could have been, someone else, right?
No.
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis for that entire
And it's
night.
not Kyoko because she has scars on her hands.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it could have been any of us.
I think you had a bit too much fun saying that.
You take what you can get.
That's true.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her.
Except no.
Didn't we already go through this last time?
Yeah, you can see how desperate he is.
Uh-oh, no snappy comeback. Did I score a bullseye?
I mean, I suppose it could be. I mean, we know it's not, but I'm just going through like what's provable. But it would have meant that Mukuro, not Mukuro, it would have meant that that the assailant would have popped up, threatened Makoto with a knife, not killed him, backed off, then changed clothes, and then showed up as Kyoko. Still doesn't kill him, and then leaves.
Yeah!
That doesn't even make sense.
If you insist, I don't mind showing.
Oh.
But right hand, there you have it.
Huh? Show me what?
Even in the pictures that we always saw.
She had the gloves on.
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt it wasn't me.
Before anyone could say anything.
Holy.
Wow. Like it got burned.
That's what it looks like.
Kyoko was removing her gloves.
Hands.
Without thinking, I let out a gasp. It was more than just a little burned skin.
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
And stuck my hand in a jar of acid.
Right?
I thought you didn't want anyone to see those scars.
If it means we get another step closer to unmasking the mastermind, it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah.
Kyoko seemed to savor the words as she said them. Then, she put her gloves back on. So we don't really get to see them, huh?
My
Yeah.
scars should suffice as proof. Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars like mine?
Why didn't she do this last time when she was so sure she was being set up?
Maybe now that she found out about the headmaster, she's really kind of...
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, not at all. I'm positive.
That's something that
Then
would
this
stick
much
out.
has been made clear. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true mastermind.
Maybe she was saving it to use
Possibly.
as like a gut punch type
Yeah,
of, like,
yeah.
gut punch.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Like a fatal blow. Like, take this. It couldn't have been me. But when it got to the point where we could have voted for her, that would have been the time to pull it out. But anyway. Narrative and all that.
This is just awful. On top of my secret being revealed, I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours.
Screw you!
Didn't you already know about it anyway?
Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
Just trying to
Speaking
provoke.
of gut punches,
Yeah.
Not at all. You can say whatever you want.
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not cornered just yet.
You were cornered a long time ago once we figured out who you were.
Because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
They're
incorrect.
They're really not, though. The only thing that's really unknown about it is how there's a weapon that does this.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, were they in the walls? Did they come from the
We just
cameras?
won't give up about that.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
Monokuma is just throwing out these like, yeah, right? Right? Like he's so
You're not going to
desperately
tell us
clinging.
She was already dead before we arrived here or something,
Well,
are you?
well, we already dealt with that idea and completely rejected it, especially since we know the identity
Of the body, yeah.
and the bones. This is the only person that we sort of knew about that was here. Mm-hmm. But, you know.
In that regard, you have nothing to worry about. I promise you, without a doubt, she died after our little killing game began here.
Doesn't it just seem like he's maybe trying to lead everybody to the right thing? I mean, maybe not.
I'd say that except the fact that the rules were completely broken last time.
You're right. But then why mention this?
Then somehow she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
Not really.
I guess it's part of the fairness thing. Probably because, you know, Monokuma's assuming there's no way anybody would consider what, you know, actually happened.
Right, right.
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her, right?
And this is how, when it comes to the selecting who did it, this is why you can pick people who have died.
I see, I see.
Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't have been in the garden the whole time, could she?
Ah, now we come to the morgue.
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Well, actually, no, you're wrong.
She was being stored somewhere?
But to hide a body here, to just store it somewhere?
It's biolab. It's biolab.
Why didn't you guys go into the places you haven't been? I mean, Toko did, and Kyoko did, but why didn't everybody else make sure to hit up every room?
Right?
There's only one place. I can't think of... It's in the biolab.
In the
His
kitchen!
body was probably kept hidden in the biolab.
Hey, you know, Soylent Green is people.
That's true. Spoiler.
Biolab? You mean on the 5th floor?
That's right. It's actually set up for use as a morgue. So it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved at the same time.
Again, this is not ambiguous. There's everything in the room lends credence to this, such as the fact that there are bodies in them.
Yeah, yeah.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the garden.
Tarp.
And I have no doubt
Tarp, 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 tarp.
exactly what happened. In fact, I have proof.
The proof that shows the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is a tarp.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is the tarp that we found in the garden. When I was checking it over again, I noticed something.
It said biolab in big
text
words.
had been stamped on one corner of the tarp.
Oh, it says biolab.
Kind of important detail here, right?
I like when they...
Cow! How'd you notice that tiny little thing?
I like when he mentions these, like, truth bullets, and they're like, oh, yeah, I can see that clearly. Like, did he pull the tarp out or something?
Well, it's the same thing in Phoenix Wright.
I know.
You're like, you just don't really worry about that part too much.
I just like the mental image of, like, small Makoto just being like, shloop, a giant tarp.
Okay, so when Billy is doing that, say that again.
Shloop.
Yeah, when Billy is doing that, he's making motions as if he is extracting something from his pants.
Hold on, don't read too far into that.
Toto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect timing.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab.
Why didn't you guys look at this in the beginning? If they would have found this, they would have known.
I guess it would have been too easy if everyone just worked together and actually did their own research instead of, like, they were intending to investigate and then come together, but then the photo.
Oh no, I was talking about the previous trial.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I suppose in the previous trial everything was wrong for a lot of reasons.
In fact, There's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
You made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
You see, you can do that when it's true.
Right?
Or when you've got a really good theory.
That's just a wild guess. Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved.
The tarp.
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked up about it, wouldn't you say? Now that the conversation has turned to the topic of the biolab, you must be getting pretty nervous.
You unlocked it.
Yeah.
You knew we'd go in there. You even knew Kyoko could go everywhere anyway. Isn't that why you unlocked it?
Because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, isn't it?
It sure is. And it's like screaming it out, too.
Talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't be overlooked.
You know, just like we said, they couldn't have brought it up or we wouldn't have had the moment in the trial, but it was a little glaring, wasn't it? An inconsistency in the biolab.
Or at least aggressively staring.
No, there couldn't have been. Of course, what we're talking about.
Hear you, la 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 la.
Oh, wow. Are we going to bullet time battle him?
Let's do it.
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
Yosh! Mushishiro! I need to pull myself together and think, because if I would have noticed this before, I would have been talking about other things to other people. The inconsistency in the biolab. Oh yeah, could you be talking about
About that one thing.
Stop trying to change the subject. He's trying to mess with Makoto's thinking.
Yeah. Wait, maybe I'm wrong.
What one thing?
Don't do it!
No, don't fall for it! You almost had it!
What do you think I'm talking about? Your family.
Yep.
Trying to shake him up.
What?
Don't tell me you forgot about that video message.
Hey!
Yeah! Hold on a minute!
You know, we hadn't thought about this, but...
Doesn't his father look awfully like the headmaster?
And we haven't seen the headmaster's face either.
But his hair looks the same.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. It's that we were both reacting to that same thing. So this is the headmaster. So does that mean that Kyoko
Is like Makoto's half-sister?
Wow.
Oh!
Man, I'm really glad we didn't go back and watch our early episodes recently, huh?
Right? That's why they did this!
You think? Are you sure your family's still okay?
What now? What do you
That's
mean?
why they showed this scene. For us.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's exactly it. It's also really consistent for Monokuma to do it. But, like, periodically, like recently showing us Junko's death.
Yeah.
You know, there's reasons that these things are shown so the player gets it in their mind and gets to feel smart. Because we've seen several times. We've seen the headmaster from behind several times, and there's other reasons. Well, it's significant every time we don't get to see somebody's face. Now, that also proves to us that that a significant amount of time has passed. We already knew that, of course, but doesn't this prove it? Well, okay, hold on. I know you're thinking about something.
Okay,
Do you have that in your mind?
I have it in my mind.
Okay, so what I'm talking about is when Makoto saw in his DVD from the very beginning of the game, when he saw his family like this, if we know that's the headmaster, that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was a long time ago.
Yes.
Not
recent.
right. Because we know what happened to the headmaster.
Right.
Anyway, that was all I was getting at. What did you have?
But that can't be true because Kyoko's father didn't leave the family right when she was born.
They can't be the same age is the thing. Because it's the only... But
But
you're
they're
right.
in the same grade, so unless Kyoko can't remember her age, too, she'd have to be older than Makoto.
Well, or... Yeah,
right?
I mean, I was going to say older sister. She would have to be because... I mean, because you're right. You're right about that. Alternately, the dude was...
Ugh.
all over the place.
Well, we'll see.
Why are you bringing that up now?
To rattle you!
Don't lose your concentration, man.
Your mom, your dad, your little sister. What do you think has happened to your family?
To be completely frank, I think you and your organization killed them. That's what I think happened to them.
Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
I don't think we ever assumed they were safe.
Maybe Makoto did, but the two of us never assumed it.
Yeah.
We thought it was crap from the very beginning.
Stop talking about that!
Don't let yourself get provoked. Why are you being provoked? You have to think about why Monokuma is bringing this up now.
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Yeah, I need to calm down. I can't let him get to me. He's just saying that because he knows we're getting close to the truth of the biolab. So if I want to shut him up, I need to expose the inconsistency and slam him with it. Here we go.
Okay.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
Are you sure about this?
Good Lord.
What? What do you want?
Whew. I
Are
can't.
you sure about this? Are you sure about
I can't
this?
say or look at anything.
Don't worry about it.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
Reload. Okay.
What do you want?
I'm waiting for him to use negative time.
Sure about this? Are you sure about
I did.
this?
Here it is, yeah.
Are you sure about this?
Ha!
I'm not listening.
Biolab lights.
Oh, yeah.
This should prove it.
Woo!
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 Man! We actually crushed it for once! Yes!
This is all going far too well.
What?
Yoko's talking about is the lights.
I mean, what did I do? Miss like twice?
Yeah.
Huh?
Woo!
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
The number's wrong! You gotta add up the number of the dang lights! Alright, we're done for now, but next time we're gonna smash you, bear!
It'll be grisly.
It's a polarizing approach, I know.
Don't you start that.